Have you ever wondered, what if the world you see around you isn't really out there at all? What if it's just a mirror reflecting what's happening inside you? Well, today we're going to dive into a spiritual principle that is so powerful it puts you right in the driver's seat of that reflection. And we're going to start with a really cool little thought experiment. Okay, so I want you to play along with me for a second. Just imagine, right now, in your home, there's a small box. But it's a magic box, and anytime you open the lid, poof, it produces whatever you want. I mean, anything at all. Money, health, a new car, whatever you desire. Just take a second. How would that actually feel? Can you feel that? I mean, really feel it. That constant kind of low-level hum of anxiety about the future, it would just disappear, right? Every single decision you make would come from a place of total security, of pure possibility, not from fear or a feeling of being stuck. You know what that feeling is? That's total freedom. And that feeling, that's the first clue to unlocking this whole thing. Okay, now, what if I told you this isn't just some fantasy game? That magic box is actually a perfect symbol for something you already have, something you carry with you every single second of every day, and that is your consciousness. The real secret, the key to unlocking literally everything you want from life, is learning how to approach that box, your consciousness, in the right way.
All right, so let's get right to the heart of it. The core principle, the one big idea that makes all of this work is this. Your consciousness creates your reality, period.
Now, I want you to just let that sink in for a moment. Life is a state of consciousness. Honestly, once you really get that, you've gotten everything. It means your success, your failure, your wealth, your poverty, your happiness, your sadness, all of it. The whole shebang. It's just an outward expression of whatever state your consciousness is in right now. And this right here, this shows you exactly how it works. It's a one-to-one connection. Look, if you're experiencing lack in any part of your life, I'm talking money, relationships, opportunities, whatever, it's because your inner world, your consciousness, is tuned to the frequency of lack. And a consciousness of lack can only create an experience of lack. It just can't do anything else. But the reverse is also true. A consciousness of abundance has to produce an experience of abundance. It's a law. It's like gravity. It's unalterable. And listen, this isn't some brand new Age idea. This is ancient wisdom. The Bible tells us that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. What you hold in the deepest part of your consciousness, that's what you're going to get from life. So here's the bottom line, the most important takeaway. The only way out of any condition you don't like is to change your consciousness first. Okay, so the big question is, how do we actually do that? How do we change our consciousness? Well, it starts by mastering the single most creative power you have, and it's wrapped up in two little words, I am. I want you to think of the words I am like a blank check. A blank check you're writing on the bank of the universe. And guess what? That check will be cashed. Sooner or later, it's going to be honored, and whatever you wrote on it will be delivered right to your doorstep. Every single time you say, I am anything, you are literally commanding the creative power of the universe to get to work for you. Now here's the part that might be a little bit of a wake-up call. We use this power all day long, most of the time without even realizing it. When you say, I am so tired, or I am broke, or I am getting old, you are literally writing checks for trouble and sending them out into the universe. But you have a choice. You can stop writing those checks, and you can start writing checks from the bank of heaven. You can start declaring, I am divine life. I am divine substance, which is the spiritual source of everything. I am eternal. See, you are building your reality, you're building your consciousness with every single I am statement you think and speak. Okay, this next part is absolutely crucial, because this isn't just about positive thinking or trying to force things with your own willpower. It's about understanding where this power actually comes from. It's about connecting to the one true source of everything. You know, a lot of people get stuck, and they can't figure out why they're not seeing results. And usually boils down to one of these roadblocks. They start believing their job is their source, or their bank account, or some other person instead of God. Or they try to do it all on their own, trying to build prosperity without Him. And the big one, they try to change the outside stuff without changing their inner consciousness first. That's like trying to lift yourself up by your own bootstraps. It just doesn't work. And this scripture right here, this is the key that unlocks the whole thing. The path forward is so clear. The more you can forget your own ego, your own self, and just rely on God, the bigger and faster your results will be. See, our job isn't to make things happen. Our job is to allow them to happen. Emerson just hit the nail on the head with this one. That bloated nothingness he's talking about, that's our ego. It's our fear, our worry, our limited thinking. When we put all that stuff in God's way, we create a blockage, and the result is lack. So the only solution is to get out of the way, to repair that divine circuit by filling our minds with the thought of God and just letting that divine power flow through us.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the what and the why. Now let's get super practical. Let's talk about the how. Here are 4 clear steps, a framework you can start using literally today to build that consciousness of abundance.
This framework, it's really simple, but it is so profound. First, you gotta clear the ground. Get rid of any old, crusty belief that says prosperity isn't for you. Then you plant the seed. That's your deep, continuous desire for abundance. Third, you have to make your mental container bigger, become conscious of more. And finally, and this one is the real activator, you have to use what you've already got. You have to put it into circulation, because the universe absolutely rushes to fill a vessel that's already in use.
And that leads us to one of the most powerful tools you have for putting things into circulation: praise. I'm telling you, this is a spiritual law. Whatever we praise, we increase. Think about it. Kids just light up when they're praised, right? Animals respond to it. Even plants seem to grow better for people who love and praise them. Praise literally expands the very thing you are focusing on.
So how do you apply this? It's so simple. You want more? Bless what you have right now. Bless your income. I don't care how small it seems. Bless it. Bless your home. Bless your customers. Hey, if you want a better job, the fastest way to get it is to start blessing and praising the one you've got. What this does is it shifts your whole consciousness away from lack and into appreciation. And appreciation, that is the frequency of increase. All right, as we start to wrap this up, let's take all these principles and really seal them in our hearts. Let's use the power of prayer and declaration to turn this head knowledge into a real living faith.
Man, this piece of wisdom is just so profound. What it means is that there is absolutely no situation, no matter how bad it looks, that can't be transformed. When you can meet any challenge with praise and thanks to God, you literally perform a kind of spiritual alchemy. You turn the calamity into a blessing. That, my friends, is the ultimate act of faith.
So let this be your declaration. I want you to say it with me, and I want you to say it with conviction. I am a child of God, and all that the Father has is mine. I open my mind to receive His unlimited abundance now. When you say that and you mean it, that's you, consciously opening the lid of that magic box. So, I'm going to leave you with this question. Your consciousness is your creative power. The words you speak, the thoughts you think, they are shaping your reality moment by moment. So, what truth are you going to declare for yourself, starting right now?